Hi everyone, what is up? My name is Hayley. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you did not know, now you do. Hey you guys, what's up? In today's video, first and foremost, I am barefaced and beautiful, you guys. I'm getting some treatments done tomorrow. I'm just getting like a facial massage. I'm doing a body exfoliation, which I really love. I think it's one of the best things that you can get done for yourself. But I'm getting that done tomorrow, and so I don't want to put any makeup or anything on me. So you're getting barefaced and beautiful naked mole rat Hayley. And in today's video, y'all, I know this might be a niche video, and that's okay because there's going to be someone out there that might want to watch this. I'm going to be comparing my two Rimowa bags because, as a lot of y'all know, I purchased this recently, a couple of months ago. I purchased this a few years ago. This is one of my most used bags ever. And I'm just going to be having a conversation about the two and which one I prefer, which one, you know, the long backstory and everything, talking about price, talking about, I don't know what else I can talk about these bags, you guys, but we're going to have the conversation. And so with that being said, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let me know down below in the comment section what you think about this video and if you own these bags. So we're going to be talking about Rimowa, more specifically the personal crossbody bag that they have. And if you did not know what Rimowa was or is, it is a German luggage brand, and I don't know if it is considered luxury. I feel like for the price point it is luxury, but knowing how Germans roll, it maybe is considered an efficient, tactical luggage brand. And also a fun little fact, I knew that Rimowa was German, and Mike, who is very much so German, did not know that it was a German brand. So when we went to Rimowa to purchase this bag, we were talking to the sales associate and he was like, oh yeah, it's a German brand. And then Mike was like, excuse me? He's like, what? And he's like, yes. And he's like, did it just become a German brand? He's like, no, it's been a German brand for a very long time. And so Rimowa has been a brand, I don't know, probably over 100 years, probably, if I'm knowing Germans, 200 years or something ridiculous like that. And they have been making luggage since then. I own a few pieces, a few suitcases, but we're not getting into that. Something that I have been noticing, and how can I say this, appreciate, is that Rimowa is introducing new bags, new styles, new designs, and I think that's awesome. But for me, I do have to say that the personal crossbody is still my favorite. The only other item that I have been thinking about purchasing, but the price, you guys, is so much, is the Never Still backpack, because it's just so freaking sexy. I've seen it a few times now flying, people having it. It's mostly men, but I mostly only see men and have like seen and saw men wearing this. And this is one of my most used bags. I don't know if you want to call it a handbag or not, but it is one of my most used bags that I own. And so I do think that the backpack, I wear a bunch of backpacks every day, especially for traveling, would get a lot of use. But like I stated, the price is extremely high for what it is. This is the Polycarbonate, basically just plastic, you guys, version of the personal crossbody. I think this one is still available to purchase, and I'm saying that not in the sense of making something seem like it's limited edition or that I got one up on y'all or anything like that, but what Rimowa, I feel like, has been doing is really like cutting back on the colors and the combinations that they're offering for their handbags. And I would even go as far to say, especially with the polycarbonate bags, and I don't know if they're phasing them out. I don't know if they might introduce new colors and new designs later on, but I have noticed that there used to be a lot more colors available to purchase in or from this line and this material, and now it's sort of like dwindling down. So I think black is still available. I think there was white, and the last time I checked there was like a reddish color, not necessarily like a bright red, but it was more of like a muted mauve-ish red, like a desert red. And then we have the aluminum, and as you can tell, the aluminum is made out of aluminum. And they are the same bag, just different materials. When I bought this one, I said I would not buy the aluminum one, or I said I preferred this one over the aluminum one. And I think that still stands. The only thing I really love more about this bag is the color combination. I've said many times on my channel that if Rimowa released this bag, this aluminum bag with this baby pink color, I would purchase it. And so it did come out with the baby pink line. All of the luggage was very hard to come by. I did have the option to order the cabin bag and I think the trunk or the check-in. I don't remember, but I was able to put both in my cart and actually ordered them, but then I changed my mind because I was like, that's ridiculous. That's a crazy amount of money. Since I own the white Rimowa suitcase in polycarbonate, and the interesting thing was that they released this with the suitcases to match, but the suitcases are in polycarbonate and I already have the white one and it is demolished. I love it to death. It's amazing, but it is demolished in a light color. So me getting a pink one just seemed very asinine in my opinion. I wish they would have made a carry-on just like this in this colorway, because I would purchase that in a heartbeat. And I know they have a customizable carry-on that you can make for the original luggage in the aluminum with silver and pink, but the pink is not the same as this. The luggage tag is not the same color as this. I actually do own the pink luggage tag. I bought that extra from Rimowa and they are not the same color. I also bought the wheels that they offer, but the wheels are a lot smaller for the original luggage than the polycarbonate luggage, and they're a different color pink. So even though all of this pink stuff was released together, some of it does not match this color pink. I think what made these bags a little bit more popular or put them on a few more people's radar was the simple fact that Rimowa did a collaboration with Dior. So people in the luxury world that maybe weren't looking at a luggage brand sort of turned their interest and sort of, cast a gaze on Rimowa, and these bags became all the hype back then. Since then, I feel like there has been a high, a low, peaks and valleys for Rimowa as a brand when it comes to their handbags. Because their luggages, in my opinion, or their luggage, in my opinion, is always popular, always timeless. People are going to purchase it, but getting people to buy these handbags, I feel like is sometimes easier in particular seasons than others. For me, back in the day when when Rimowa and Dior did their collaboration, I couldn't justify spending that much money on one of these bags. I think when I purchased this, it was 900 or 1,000 euros, or less than 1,000 euros. It was a decent price, especially seeing as though in the United States, it's probably like 1,200, 1,300, and I think the aluminum is 1,600, 1,700, and this is all before tax. Do I think it's a pretty penny? Yes, especially because it's not like one of those handbags where there's a big hype around it. Not everybody is in arms. They're not trying to fight each other or line up on the side of the road to get a Rimowa Personal crossbody bag. So for a lot of people, you hear that this bag is almost $2,000. You're probably thinking to yourself, I can get that on Amazon, and you probably could, but for me, I already own this. I really like this color combination. I like Rimowa as a brand. I like that they stand behind their products. I like that it has a warranty, which is something that you do not get on a lot of luxury items, more specifically bags from these designers. And I don't know, I have nothing bad to say regarding the price, because at the end of the day, if I'm going to buy it, I'm going to buy it. And the price is what it is. A brand can make up their price however high and however low they want. I'm the consumer, and I have to justify it in my head and be able to sleep at night when I purchase something with my money. So if you don't understand or like the price, I can sort of see where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, you probably purchase things that I would never spend my money on. Rimowa a lot of times releases their personal crossbody bags, or actually a lot of their handbags and their suitcases, their luggage pieces, in particular colorways, so you can get a matching set. It is marketing genius in my opinion, because if I'm getting the purse, I might as well get the matching backpack, which means I might as well get the matching carry-on, which means I might as well get the matching trunk. And then you're sitting at a strong $7,000, $8,000 bill. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go buy this bag for $1,600, and you come out spending $5,000. How did that happen? But you have to understand that when you're talking about Rimowa or any type of brand actually that sells luggage, we could go, you know, and say Louis Vuitton as well. That comes with a very pretty hefty price tag. But another little point regarding price, and this is only tailored to the aluminum version of this bag because the polycarbonate is more affordable, has a smaller price tag. With this bag, you are paying more for it than the original cabin bag. And I believe it's only $50 cheaper than the original check-in M bag. I hope I'm getting the sizing correct and the pricing correct. But for me, even though I'm a crazy purse lady, that's the only reason I can justify this in my head, is that these are the things I love and these are the things I'm okay spending money on. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand who's making the pricing, what's dictating the pricing. Maybe they know there are crazy purse people out in the world that are willing to spend X amount of money on this bag. And so the price per profit, return on investment, return on revenue, I don't know, return on making this bag is very high. So even if they only sell X amount, like a fraction of these compared to their luggage, they're probably making more of a profit. That's the only thing in my head that I can think of. If I were going to give advice to someone that was maybe thinking of purchasing this bag, but you were sort of on the fence between this bag and a suitcase, I would actually probably tell you to get this bag instead. I like the polycarbonate so much better. Or I would tell you to get a suitcase. This is a very particular bag for a very particular person with a very particular price tag. And I feel like for some people, if you were to purchase this and you were thinking of getting a suitcase instead, you might be disappointed. I'm not disappointed with this purchase. I love these, you guys. This is one of my favorite bags ever. I've made so many videos regarding this, but it's just having an open conversation with people. I think these bags are very edgy. Some people say they look very fake. They look like Amazon bags. They're not worth the money. And so if you're okay, you know, you're wanting this bag and you're okay with hearing those complaints, hearing those negative things said about the bag, then go for it and purchase it. You know, I think it's awesome. I have nothing negative to say about it, but in my humble opinion, if you're not really a purse person, and this is one of the first ever luxury items that you're thinking of buying, and you're between this and a suitcase, I would say get the suitcase, because my suitcase has traveled with me to so many locations. It's been through so much. It has a better warranty. Rimowa has a lifetime warranty for their luggages purchased up until a particular time. And with these personal crossbody handbags, you only have a 2-year warranty. And so I would, how do you say, recommend you do a lot of research, go in store and see this bag before actually purchasing it. So getting to the end of this video, because I did not expect to talk so long regarding these bags, but to point out some of the obvious things. They are the same size, same strap, same, you know, length, all of the good things. For me personally, the aluminum bag feels heavier, but according to the website, they weigh the same exact like weight, and I just can't imagine that they do, because this one feels heavier and I don't have a small enough scale to place them on to see if me touching these two items, I can notice the difference, but it does feel like this one is a little heavier. This one is less scratch and dent resistant. Because it is black, you do see a lot more dust and a lot more scratches and a lot more dents on it than I would say probably on a lighter color. But in comparison to this bag, if you drop this, if you scratch this, if you rub it up against another piece of metal or any type of abrasive surface, it's probably going to show wear a lot sooner than this bag right here. I think a not so obvious thing that I can point out about these bags is that when they get cold or even hot as well, this bag will burn you or freeze you. This bag doesn't do that. I left my bag, it was like, I think 30 something degrees outside, and I left it in my car, and I got it out the like morning after, and it was like a brick. It was like an ice cube. It was so cold. And I remember leaving this out one time, and it was cold as well, or wearing it, even just wearing them and it being a little colder outside. This one does not pick up the temperature like this one does. So if you think you're wearing this out on a cold day and you have, you know, a little piece of skin showing, you're gonna be cold. That's a not so obvious thing to point out regarding this bag. And for some people, that's not a make or break point. It's just something to note. And so, yeah, I just wanted to make this video because, like I stated, these are some of my favorite bags. They deserve a lot of love. They're not really high on anybody's list to purchase. And this is not me telling you to buy them. It's just me giving them the shout out and the love that they deserve. And so Rimowa, not there, hold up. Rimowa, you can make more of these in more colors, in more collections, even though I don't need any more of these bags. But if you guys are thinking of maybe putting out like a baby blue, I might be in the store in polycarbonate though, not in aluminum, in polycarbonate. I might, you know, making my way downtown, walking fast, making my way to Rimowa, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound. Gonna get my polycarbonate bag, doo-doo. I'm going now, you guys. That's enough entertainment for the day. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Rimowa for creating these beautiful little bags right here. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I love y'all. Have a wonderful day and bye.